Hi, this is Sandy, and today we'll show you how to put together the Teardrop trailer box. We'll start by folding the large trailer box piece, and you want to gently fold it on the scores as shown, and then go ahead and fold in the tabs around the trailer side to prepare for the roof addition pieces. Each roof piece is marked with A, B, or C. A is the first one you'll put on, B, C, etc. They are in order of assembly. Now, before we put them on, we want to gently curve the pieces to help them adhere to the side tabs. You can do it with your fingers or with the round item. Just be careful, but you could rub it to make it round as shown. And I do that with all three just a little bit, as we'll be attaching them to the curved roof tabs. Starting with roof piece A, add adhesive to the tab and attach to the bottom front edge of the trailer. Of course, you can use score tape as well to do this. And make sure the tab fold aligns with the edge. Then apply pressure against the table to help secure the tab. Then we're going to add glue to the one of the rectangular tabs on the side, and fold up the roof piece, lining up the edge of the roof to the side tab fold, and just make sure you apply sufficient pressure to secure it, and then go ahead and repeat that on the other side. Just make sure everything's dry before you continue to glue the remaining tabs. Then you'll continue to glue about 2 to 3 tabs at a time, also making sure that the roof edge is aligned with the tab folds. Take your time here. You'll want to gently secure each tab underneath from front to back. We want to glue a little bit on each side at a time so we can access the tabs easily and get our glue tip in there to add the glue to the tabs. Once that first piece is adhered, go ahead and add glue to the top of the tab on roof piece B. Then you want to carefully slide the tab under the edge of piece A until the tab fold aligns with that edge. And then you'll apply pressure to secure the tab. As with the previous piece, glue 2 to 3 tabs at a time, making sure the roof edge is aligned with the tab folds. And you'll want to do that on each side. And then we'll add the final piece after that. If you do get glue on the sides or the top of these two pieces, it will be covered with a panel, so do the best you can to keep your fingers clean, but just realize if you get a little glue up there, it'll be okay. And then we'll add the last roof piece, which is the roof piece C, and you will add glue to the tab as we did with the previous piece, and slide the tab under the edge of piece B until that tab fold aligns with the edge of piece B, and then apply pressure. On this one you can flip over and apply pressure on the table without hurting it. And you continue to attach it as you did with the previous pieces, gluing 2 to 3 tabs at a time. And the only thing is you can fold up that opening. That does help to get your fingers in to apply pressure to the tabs. And once you will get to the last tab, so you'll just keep on going on each side about 2 or 3 at a time. And when there's one last tab at the bottom, you'll see, and you'll glue that to the bottom of the trailer. to close the back, you can go ahead and fold up that tab and insert it into the slot. Next, we'll put together the hitch portion. Go ahead and fold it on the scored lines. This will fold to create the hitch height. Then you'll fold it over. You'll see on the top two tabs on the top, you're going to fold those little tabs over onto the top end piece, and you're going to hold them until secure. Now it's a little hard, it's a little smaller. Don't worry about the glue on that, it'll be covered with the panel. Then slightly rotate that hitch and glue the next two sets of tabs to the bottom portion of the hitch. And again, just go ahead and put your fingers underneath there to apply some pressure. Then you'll add glue to the final three tabs. Then you'll fold in that middle piece first, and then the side tabs to secure it. And to help make it stick, go ahead and apply pressure to the tabs against the table while holding that side tab in. And then go ahead and add the bottom rectangular piece, so it shows like a real hitch somewhat. And again, I use the table to help apply pressure to the new glued piece. And as we did on that one side, we're going to do on the longer side. We'll attach those top tabs, glue them down. And what this is going to do is this will be the piece that goes underneath the edge of the trailer to give it height from that size and help balance it with the tires. And again, you'll fold over that little piece just like we did the little one and glue those two tabs onto the bottom. And then we'll do the final where you glue that final long tab and the two small tabs on the side and just hold until it's secure. And I kind of went out of view here, but we're gluing those two sides in. Every once in a while I do that. And there you go, and I apply pressure against the table. Now we just need to flip it over and add the top hitch panel. So add glue as shown, or adhesive, whatever adhesive you want to use, and then add that panel. It'll hide that little end piece if you got any glue on it, and it's all ready to go onto the trailer when we get to that step. Now we'll add the trim to the side panels. I've already done one panel. You could add wet. I would recommend adding wet glue. That gives a little bit to add that panel, so you have just a little bit of time to move it around and make sure that it's aligned to the edges. And then I flip it over, and I always apply pressure. Then we add the door frames, or the door trims, and the window trim. And then we'll piece together the tires. Now you'll see I have 4 of these tire cutouts, and I do that to strengthen the tires so it can sit without bowing. So go ahead and glue together 2 of those, unless you're really using really thick cardstock or chipboard. And then go ahead and add that middle hubcap portion. And now we can adhere the side panels to the trailer body. Just when you're putting it on, make sure that the door and window openings are in alignment. And then you can actually put it on there and make sure it's correctly aligned. And then I would open up that back flap and flip it over and apply pressure against the table. Just insert your hand carefully to do so. Go ahead and add the second one. Doing the same. Again, align it, and that's why you see me put my fingers in there to make sure that it's in alignment on the sides, and then flip it over to apply pressure. And then we just add the tires to the portion on the box. And I did use an embossing folder to emboss that middle hubcap piece. Just make sure it's glued on securely before you continue. You can see I always flip it over and apply pressure. This will be consistent with what I always do. In this next step, we'll add the final roof panel. And you can see that I curled the cardstock a bit to make it more pliable for this step. So you'll apply glue. This panel is only going to go from the edge of the fold opening to the other side of basically the front side of the trailer. And you'll apply pressure. Do the top first, like you can see, and I flip it over to apply pressure. And then I'll add glue to the remaining sides. And then we'll fold it over carefully to adhere it. So again, as you fold it over, just kind of pull it down a little bit so you can get that edge to meet the bottom edge as possible. And then rub it a little bit to adhere it, and then I usually I flipped it over to apply pressure against the table. And then we can glue on the bottom panel. It's optional. If you're just for display, you might not need this, but it does give it a finished look. It covers those holes from the tire cuts as well. And if you do use it as a lantern, which could be used for it, it would stop light from coming in from the bottom. So go ahead and apply pressure with your fingers. You can't really put pressure other than rub your hand. And then we add the little trim pieces. You can see I put it right above where the fold is, and that kind of hides the fold and the edge, the panel edges. And then just place that kind of on the back where it's shown. Then we'll glue on the hitched box or piece, I should say. That'll give it height to match the tire height. So I put it on upside down so I kind of can center it in between the edges, and then apply a little pressure. And you just go ahead and add the final touches, which are the lights on the side and the lights on the back of the trailer. And I didn't show it, but you can also add the license plate, whatever. I have a piece in there for a license plate, but you can make it whatever you want. And I placed my license above the slot in the back door, just right above it, so you can still close it with the little tab. And there you go. Once you close it, everything's finished. Add your own little embellishments and touches. You can make this for any occasion, and here's the completed trailer. Thank you so much for watching.